Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, we played this in middle school, but then we started a Star Wars D&D group. I've already told this story before, haven't I? And then at the end of high school, one of the players got the games on computer, played both of them. And he said, that was better than your Star Wars D&D group. And then also there was an MMORPG that came out later.
But I will break you.
I'll never fall to the
Star
dark side.
Wars The Old Republic.
You think torture will turn me, Malik? You're a fool.
Torture? No, dear Bastila. You misunderstand. This is but a taste of the dark side to whet your appetite. When you finally swear loyalty to me, it will be willingly.
Never.
Such resolve in your words, but I see the truth in your heart. The dark side calls to you, Bastila. You hunger to taste it. Become my apprentice, and all its power can be yours.
And this is one of the scenes in the game where it sort of went too far. Star Wars is a little too dark. For some reason they kind of get away with it. Did you say dark or dork? But we thought the Star Forge was awesome. It's like, what's awesome about it? Oh, this is so tight. Oh my god. It's like drawing power from the sun or something. Oh wow, look at that thing. That has to be the coolest space station in Star Wars yet. Whoa, hey, calm down a little bit. Let's not say anything we're gonna regret.
The Starforge. I've never seen anything like it. I'm transmitting these
That's
coordinates
no
to Admiral
moon.
Dodonna. Maybe a quick strike by the Republic can cripple the Sith fleet. Message is away. Now we can just wait for the Republic to show up. We should be safe here. We're outside their sensor range. Small vanguard of Sith fighters coming in hard. Someone needs to get on those gun turrets. Take those fighters out before they report our position to the main fleet. Incoming fighters!
Seems like I just did one of these. Well, I mean, you know, this could be what the entire game is. But you don't get any XP for these parts, but then you wouldn't get any XP for this in real life. Right. Yeah, very strange game. Very retro. Even back when it was considered good, a lot of people still didn't like it, and it was even like maddening and absurd that people really liked it a lot. Yeah, it's like the peak of Star Wars, this video game.
Oh, we've got problems. We've flown to some kind of disruptor field. All my instruments are jammed. We've got massive
Yeah, people
overloads
were
in all
pretty
systems.
nuts at the time,
Picking
I
up a
guess.
single planet in this system. I'll try and put us down there. Hold on. This may be a rough landing.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek 5. That was the best Star Trek. I don't know which Star Trek that is. See, at this point I'm looking at it, and that had to be like the worst CGI landing.
Talk about your rough landings, Karth. What's the matter? You're flying like you've been on an all-night
Maybe it was extra bad on
That
purpose.
disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. But if I can't find the salvage to make
It was
repairs,
almost like
I
Sonic
won't even be able to get
3D.
the Evanhawk airborne again.
I should be reading what
During
he's
our
saying.
rather rapid descent, I noticed the hulls of many crashed ships scattered across the landscape. Perhaps the parts you need can be found among the wreckage.
The KOTOR's right. This planet's a technological graveyard. I saw dozens of downed ships out there. That disruptor field must have wiped them all out. But where could it be coming from?
Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again.
That disruptor field could wipe out the entire Republic fleet.
You're right. That Sith fleet we saw must have some type of protection against the disruptor field. We have to find a way to disable it, or the Republic will be slaughtered.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
T3's picking up massive power fluctuations on the ship's sensors. They seem to be coming from some type of large stone structure to the east. It looks like some kind of ancient temple.
Hey, I thought we needed to find some stabilizers for the ship. Let's go check it out.
Good idea. If that temple's generating power, it probably has something to do with that disruptor field.
Hey, don't forget about Bastila, guys. We still have to rescue her, too.
I only hope we're not too late. Bastila has been Malik's prisoner for a long time. If he can turn her to the dark side, she will join him, and the Sith will be invincible.
No. Bastila would never turn to the dark side.
I fear Bastila will find the lure of the dark side difficult to resist. She is strong in the Force, but she's also impulsive, willful, and proud, as you once were, Revan.
If Bastila joined Malik, then she'll suffer the same fate he does.
Let us hope it does not come to that.
Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, Jolie,
And you'll
we
have
can't
mixed
rescue her until we
feelings
disable
about
that
some of
disruptor
these
field.
dialogue
The
choices
sooner we
this
investigate
time.
that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. And if we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet.
I hope everything works out as smooth as you make it sound, Karth.
Well, so do I, Mission. So do I.
Yeah, some of this is pretty crazy. Your mind might not be capable of understanding what some of these decisions mean, but then at the same time, you also probably don't agree with some of the things the creators did. Alright, and who do I take with me? Well, it's been a while since I've had Karth and Mission with me. That's a very subtle, subconscious decision. So I might as well take Canderous instead. It should have been Canderous and Karth. Yeah. Oh, you must like Mission then. Oh yeah, you shouldn't have taken Mission. Yeah, well, I was just thinking I hadn't talked to her since the beginning of the game. Yeah, that Wookiee's pretty strong, though. And I don't know, maybe HK would do alright. But then also, you know, why did you save Juhani if you weren't gonna use her? Same with the other guy. You'd think the Jedis would be the most useful to take with you, but then... Yeah, well, that's how I've played the entire game, I think, up until this point. So we're just balancing out the characters. Oh, I should be reading what he's saying. If I had known you were there, I would have waited a couple minutes. Well, they attacked me first. If your arrival had not been so fortuitous time, we would have been in great danger. We thank you again for saving us. How do you know I'm friendly to you? Actually, what are you doing here? We had crashed here when our mining survey vessel encountered some strange sort of energy field. It disrupted our engine and power system and forced us to make a crash landing on this world. Our ship sank far out to sea, but a handful of us were able to make it to this island. More than you see here, though. Where are the rest of your companions? Many have been killed at the hands of the locals. A few tried to swim to one of the closer islands, but we have not heard from them in many days. Of the 10 of us who remain here, we 2 are the only remaining survivors. The native creatures killed the others. Why don't you try to get one to the other islands? You could stay in our ship. No, we dare not. If we remain here, it will only be a matter of time before the natives or the Mandalorians find us and kill us. Mandalorians? Yes, there are, more than you might think, although that may just be because they aren't killed as easily as we are. With their weapons, they raid and kill other survivors and can fight off the natives as well. They seem to have some sort of invisibility or light cloaking shield that hides them until they strike. Has anyone found a way off this world? The Sith. We have seen Sith interceptors in the sky once or twice. They appear to be able to fly unimpeded through the field, which forced us to crash. If we could somehow, but it is too much to hope for. The Sith would surely kill us on sight if we were found. Much better to hide. We believe they may have something to do with the large temple structure to the north of here. We have been suspicious of that structure since we landed. We cannot approach it. The Mandalorians hunt in that area. Yes, there are. More than you might think. He's repeating a question. Tell me of the natives. We know little beyond what we have told you already. Savages who eat the dead and attack anyone on sight. If it were not for them, this world might almost be habitable. But we cannot delay here much longer. The longer we stay, the more likely either the Mandalorians or the natives will find us and kill us. Why don't you could stay? No, tell me of the... what? I believe that would be the best choice. The others have not returned, but it may be because they could find no way to. It would be worth the risk rather than stay here and face certain death. I thank you one last time, human, for saving us. We shall remember you and hope that you escape. You will tell the Republic. And yeah, that might have seemed annoying, though I've been doing that the entire game so far. And that's why I was playing this game, was because it can be difficult to have anything to say over gameplay, so I might as well play a game with a lot of unspoken dialogue that I can read, was the thinking, so that I could just fill the air with my voice a lot. But other than that, yeah, this is definitely a strange choice. I need to level up these characters too.
Sure.
And just watching their health bars. I was exploring up here. And I saw this little place, and I'm like, oh hey, this looks like the place from the trailer. Isn't this just like the first Fable? It's almost just sort of awkward and weird to remember these games so fondly. Only after the last generation where anyone that had a desire to could record these video games themselves and post them themselves to see if they had a winning lottery ticket. If their playthrough is any better than anyone else's. Yeah, we look all dumb. Or maybe you did have some success and now one of those video games is the coolest thing you ever did. But you still didn't get anything from it. Other than that video playing 50,000 times. Yeah, well, it's almost something to think about, but now YouTube, all video views are no longer cumulative, so they don't add together. So now it's not really a game in and of itself or a contest. Sort of the end of an era, or it's still continuing. Just wasn't really looking too pretty how things were going. Or maybe everything's fine. Everything's fine and dandy. Yeah, we were all good here. How are you? And save. That's been 20 minutes.